G'day guys, and welcome back to episode number 7 of Samoa Journey on Football Manager 2016. It's our birdie. G'day, how you guys going? And today we are playing the final stage of the OFC Nations Cup in 2020 tournament. Also part of the World Cup qualifiers for Oceania. Of course, in the last episode we played the first stage, but now this is the second stage. We've also played a couple of friendlies in between, so we'll get over that in a sec here, and yeah, just that's the series. I haven't recorded an episode in a while because my aunt from Oz is actually over here from Australia, and so I've just been hanging out with her, yeah, what I'm really trying to do, guys, as well, is trying to complete this series. Hopefully by next week. I have the week off from work, so I'm really excited to watch the Euros. Also hang out with my aunt, but I'll try and conclude the series as well because I haven't really had the time to record much. So this is my short window of recording right now. So. And pardon me, I'm also got a bit of a cold, so that's why I'm kind of coughing in the mic. Apologise. But anyhow, so we'll get into the fixtures. We did play a couple of friendlies, but actually no, we'll just get into it. So the OFC Nations Cup, of course, last episode we played the first stage. We qualified with really good results. Now we're in a group that consisted of Fiji, Papua New Guinea, and the Solomon Islands, I believe it was. I did play one match. The opening match was against Fiji, and we'll just get into it. And yeah, we won the first game against Fiji. Against Fiji. Very impressive game that we played. There was some really, well, we'll just show you the score and all this here. But we played a really good game. Of course, Solo Drakalu got 2 goals in the first 20 minutes, and I just thought, crap, here we go again. I did start the game with a bit of a conservative approach, but being 2-0 down just wasn't good enough, and there it is, 49th minute, Jay Ingham. We kind of went to a bit of a 4-4-1-1 possession-based tactic after that, and the results really started to come our way, and 2 goals in 2 minutes. That was massive. And then Tib Kale comes on, gets the game winner. So I was really impressed with the performance, being 2-0 down, and it really showed that we actually did a really good job. So I was really happy with this result. Fiji, you kind of look at the group. Fiji's probably the top team in this group. I would say Fiji, then Papua New Guinea. But look at this. Vanuatu is doing really good as well. So yeah, so that was our first game. Very impressive victory. And with that win, the way the group might be set up, obviously top 2 gets you to the next stage of the Nations Cup, but top 3, of course, in each group goes to the next stage of World Cup qualified. So that's what I'm really aiming a goal at is the top 3 first, and then we'll try and go for a top 2 spot. But yeah, so very impressive win. You could also see the other group, Tahiti, very surprisingly, at 0 points. And I believe Tahiti has New Caledonia next. So, yeah, so a bit difficult for them. But yeah, other than that, I mean, it's pretty impressive. We'll also go over these friendlies. 2-0 home friendly victory against Dominica. I was very impressed with this. We blood some bit more players. Younger players. Who was the other? Well, first it was Sean Mapusua that we brought in. First cap for him, and he comes on and gets a win. Jay Ingham was injured for this match, and this guy's actually quite quality. 26. He's got the stamina. And he's got the pace, and the crossing's pretty decent. His first touch, though, is what I'm really looking at 8. So, he's a quality player. yeah, and I'm kind of going with my two forwards now. I'm kindly sold now on Daniel Malu and Apatia Malu. I don't know if they're brothers or not, but I've kind of gone with these two guys in the last couple of matches and squads. But yeah, one thing that's kind of been going down is John A. Hull. He's actually announcing his retirement, so that's what I'm kind of disappointed about. Losing a quality player like him for our squad, because he's actually doing really well for us. But yeah, we won 2-0 against Dominica, and then this was the depressing one, 5-0 away to St. Lucia. Terrible result. And I guess I should have seen it because they got J. Emmanuel Thomas. Yeah, English player. Well, playing in the English leagues anyway. But yeah, 5-0 loss to St. Lucia was really depressing. And yeah, just stuff just it wasn't really good. We didn't have Timmy in the squad because he was still in his injury, but still, 5-0 defense wise was absolute shambles. And this guy's also an English player playing in England, so yeah, it just was not a good game at all. But anyhow, after our 3 wins in this first stage of the Nations Cup, we actually went up quite a bit as well in the rankings. We'll see here. We're now 159th in the world rankings, so that's quite good. I believe. Well, let's see here. What do you got, Oceania? Pardon me, guys. I just want to see what Oceania is here. International competitions. No, that's not good. Here we go. So we're actually the second rated team in Oceania now, which is quite surprisingly, to say the least. But anyhow, we'll take it. You know, we're only a point up on Papua New Guinea. So, we'll take it for what it's worth. Yeah, a bit surprising. But anyhow, we're going into our game here. We're going to play the first game against Papua New Guinea. And then we got Vanuatu afterwards. So if we win this game, we go on to the next round or right away. So that's what I'm really excited about. You know, the chance of, you know, being in a Nations Cup semi-final would be pretty good. So yeah, we'll try and do the best we can here. We'll make a couple of tactical changes. Because yeah, a lot of these players, of course, look at like the match fitness of these guys, right? It's really quite just quite how should I say this? It's just really frustrating, to say the least. You know, because you want to try and bring in players, but they're all they're all not tired out. So you know, you gotta manage your squad a bit. John A. Hall, I want to keep him on. Comes about. Bring on the other Hamilton Palmer and Neil Lapalapa. He's actually quality. Bring him on. I think that's the squad we'll go in for against Papua New Guinea. Actually, I'll start with a bit of the defensive part first. We'll go with that squad. You know, kind of start defensive a bit, and then we'll work our ways up to you know, an attacking type if we're chasing the game a bit. But of course, Papua New Guinea, actually in real life, you know, the Nations Cup's on. New Zealand actually just won it this morning in penalties against Papua New Guinea. So they'll be joining us, Australia, in the Nations Cup, or the Confederation Cup next year. So should be interesting. But I have to go on to 2D, of course. We are the favourites for it. So Papua New Guinea actually do have a player playing in the Netherlands. He's in the youth squad, but it doesn't look like he's in the team here. It's someone brown, I know that, but yeah, he's a pretty good quality player. But all these guys, you could see they're all Papua New Guinea based. So we'll keep it on like that. We'll qualify for a semi if we win this, which would be huge. But here we go. Let's see what 2D Classic looks 2D here. Let's see what 2D. Yeah, we'll keep it on that, sure. Actually, nah, we'll go 2D Classic. That's a bit better. But of course, a draw or something like this would be good in this type of match. But obviously, going for a win would be the main thing. If we can get a win in this game, it would be huge. But of course, we're in the blues. Papua New Guinea in the red. And they get an early cross in, but it's cleared out. Jay Ingham and Kale have both been, sure they should be two, our go-to guys in this type of tournament. So Papua New Guinea are getting the early chances here. So we'll just retain possession. So here's a chance. Here's Hall. Try looking for Kale. Here's Hamilton Palmer. TO2 takes the shot. Blocked. Here's Ingham. Here's Tony Sali. Hamilton Palmer. TO2. Here's Kale. TO2. Usually I have Freddie Pio in that central spot. But he's been knackered, of course. But here comes Papua New Guinea on a flank here. So I'll just go concentrate. Well, here's a chance for a corner, but here's TO2. Nah, loses the ball. We can't be doing that. Here's Kyle though. Hall. Yeah, actually that was the thing too in those friendlies, missing Kyle. It kind of really expose us. But there was a really good shot. First good shot on the game for us. Now it's quite close. 20 minutes in. This has been a pretty good performance so far. TO2 and Ingham. And that was offside. That's pretty poor, to be offside on a free kick like that. Here's Falmalu. Here's Ingham. Come on! There's a goal! Jay Ingham scores for Samoa. Frank Falmano with a good cross. Off the throw-in. And yeah, that's pretty bad defending there but that's a good strike by Jay Ingham. And I was actually really happy too, because Jay Ingham actually found a club. We'll go to him here. He actually signed with Auckland City, so I was really happy that he found a club, because like I said in the last episode, when players go clubless for so long, they just up and retire. So I was really happy with him getting a club, because we need to have him with our squad. But here's a chance for New Guinea, and there's a good dive. So I would say the first 30 minutes, we've done, we're getting rewarded with the goal, obviously. We're doing well here. It's a bad pass by them. We'll just go concentrate. If we can get a second goal, it would be even better. Got their 4-2-2, of course. Yeah, that's a good run by Oh, but that's well wide. Comes a corner. This would be huge if we could score in this last minute. Try looking for Kyle in the box there. Here's Falmalu. Tio2. Here's Kyle. Sali. Tio2. Here's Kyle. Kale gets him behind. Oh, and he hit the crossbar. Ball's loose. A 10. Come on. A second goal. Daniel Malu and Samoa are up 2-0 on Papua New Guinea. And that's a big time to score. Kyle get him behind. Unlucky he hit the crossbar. And, that's pretty poor defending. Look at that. There was 5, including the goalkeeper, 5 Papua New Guinea players inside the 6. And my guy got on the ball. But anyhow, we'll take it. 2-0. This is a very good performance. Really doing really well. The defensive tactics actually doing quite well as well. We haven't really given them too many opportunities. See, Junior Foster, Patrick Niebu. So they've kind of changed their whole front two, going in with 2 completely different players. It looks like Foster's their there's a ball-winning midfielder listed there, central mid. Maybe just keep it on that. But I mean, look at this. They've had 6 shots, but only 1's been on target. So the defense-wise of our game, it's been quite pleasing. But here's a chance. Oh, Timmy's offside. But yeah, scoring that goal late in that first half. Anytime you score a goal late in a match, and there's a penalty. So of course a penalty would be awarded. And Semi. Noel's actually done really well though in penalty saves, so hopefully he can come up with a save here. Nah. So New Guinea score. Tommy Semi. It's kind of hard to see the fouls. Of course in 2D. That's actually a really good penalty right in the corner. And yeah, Papua New Guinea get themselves a lifeline here. So yeah. It's Lolo. Actually, I just gotta. Sorry, guys. I'll just turn this off for a second. We'll just. Sorry, guys. Just so we don't get any interruptions or anything. But there was a good ball in. Put wide. Papua New Guinea's actually started out well in this second half. I just feel like we're just doing okay. I mean, they're getting shots, but there's nothing on target. But here's a good chance. Here's Daniel Malu with a strike well wide. Malu's actually looking quite knackered, so we'll bring on a Patia Malu. Defensive forward. Actually, not on defend. And we couldn't bring on Andy Young. Have kind of 2 type defensive. But Freddie Pio. And Neil Lapalapa is. Yeah, this is what's so frustrating, with these lower quality nations. The players hardly play, and then when they want to play for your national team, they're always knackered, and they just got nothing for them. Come on, send it up. Oh, that's a bad through ball. on, Patiamalu's now injured. So the guy that we sub on has now got an injury. So I think what we'll do, we'll bring Timmy up. We'll put Timmy down as... we could bring him as a deep line forward, but a target man. We'll put Tim as a target man. We could bring Tiotu up top. Bring on Mapusa. Lapa. I mean, look at this. Look at the conditioning. 51 and 50 for those type of players. It's Jay Ingham's had a good game. But we'll bring on a young guy, Alvin Tua. Put him in this spot. And luckily, actually, that was only a second. We got one more sub here. I know, never mind. Mapusa could play there, so we'll put Tua in that position. And we'll just hoof the balls up. Because Timmy can easily get the crosses through. But we want to be a bit more structured as well. We haven't had too many opportunities in the second half, but here's a chance. Here's a corner. Here's Tua. Ball was loose. Okay, now we'll go to defensive. 3 minutes remaining. Yeah. Because this would be huge if we can hold on here. Because then we're on to the next round. And Tommy Semi, their striker and goal scorer, is injured. So they're playing with a man down. And we're over the 3 minutes. This is an extra added on minute. It was probably from the injury. But there it is. Yes. Come on. So we are through to the next round of the Nations Cup. And our little fairy tale here is continuing to do well. Wins against Fiji and now Papua New Guinea. And a 2-1 victory after a 3-2 come from behind win against Fiji. And we are all but through. That is massive. Oh man, so, you know, and like I say, I mean, outside in friendlies, outside of Oceania, we're not doing really well, but inside Oceania, that's where we're getting, I mean, and now Patiamalu's out 5 to 6 weeks, so he's done for the tournament. That's massive. So there goes one of our strikers for the rest of the tournament. And yeah, that's disappointing because he's actually a really good player too. You know, he's done well for us. Oh, okay, but we can bring in a replacement. Okay, that works. Let's talk to him here. And obviously we'll have to bring in a striker. Dane Ingham. Man's forward. Technical, yeah, let's bring him in. Brisbane Roar. But yeah, so massive time. So this could be a bit of a longer episode now that we got we got Vanuatu here, and then we got a semi-final. We're at least in the semi-finals of the Nations Cup. Obviously, now being the thing, if we can Well, actually, anyhow, guys, I'm just going to stop the recording here, and we'll come back for the game against Samoa or against Vanuatu. I'll just pause it, and then we'll come back. So we are back, guys, but I just want to say something now quite interesting. It looks like the under 20 Oceania competition championships is on now, and look at this, guys. This was in a well. Let's look at the group stage first. All the teams that are in it, our under 20s are in it. Gets to the out of the group stages. So we would have New Zealand under 20s, and look at this, guys. Our Samoan under 20s beat the New Zealand under 20s in penalties. That is huge. So our under 20 team is going to be facing Vanuatu of all teams under 20s for a chance at the under 20 World Cup. That is huge. And that is just kind of showing, guys, that I guess in a way I am sort of making Samoa better. You know, our under 20s are doing well. I feel I'm doing quite well with this Samoan side in Oceania anyway. And I mean, it's you know, it kind of gives you a really good feeling a bit that you know, you feel like you're doing something. So so yeah, I'm really happy about that. That's, you know, that's something that you know, I just feel like, you know, like I said in previous episodes, the patience and all this, it's just really been going downhill with loss after loss, and you just kind of lose the motivation. But you know, this is a series and I want to complete it. So but you know, when you see your younger age groups doing well, it means that the coaching that you brought in is doing okay, the changing stuff, and yeah, it just kind of feels good that you're kind of making a difference. So so yeah, I'm just kind of want to put that out there. But anyhow, we're going in this game now against Vanuatu. And there's kind of a big up for grabs here because we want to finish first, because we do not want to face New Zealand in the semi-final. I'd much rather have New Caledonia. Fiji is going to be the other side. That's going to be going into the World Cup qualifying campaign. Tahiti is done, and even done in World Cup qualifying. So that's really disappointing for a nation like Tahiti, considering they won it in 2012. Yeah, I'm actually a really a fan of Tahiti. You know, just in Oceania, I really like them. And you know, I did that magical run with them as well, so that's why I really like them. But yeah, so we want to win this game against Vanuatu, because a draw would not be good enough. Because yeah, facing New Zealand, it's kind of a difference when you face New Zealand in a final and a semi-final. And yeah, I don't want to face them in a semi-final. I'd much rather have them in the final if we do play them. So anyhow, here we go. We're going in against Vanuatu here. Daniel Marlowe, he's going to start. Kale, John A. Hall, Jay Ingham. Now you can see these guys are all knackered. That's the thing. Is kind of trying to manage these players, because the fitness wise is just, it's horrendous with these guys. It is. And Lapa, look at that, 73 for him. So we're gonna have to bring in Talili, or else I could play Laurent Hamilton Palmer on that side. In fact, I am. And Coupe. We'll bring in Faitama, Hamilton Palmer. Can he play on that one? No. And I think that's what we're going. So we'll play our defensive structure again. We are the favorite in this game. I believe the last time we faced Vanuatu, we did actually beat them in previous games. You can't go to past meetings. That's kind of a shame. But they got some quality players. Mackay, Fred. Kind of sounds like you know, Brazilian turned Papua New Guinean, or Vanuatuan, pardon me. Kenzie Banga. Got a bunch of bangers here. Derek Banga. So he's going to be pushed up the field. But Yeah. Go out and pull off the upset. Because we don't want to face New Zealand. I just don't want to face New Zealand in the semi. But here we go. Second game against, or the final group game against Vanuatu. First place up for grabs. Both us and Vanuatu, we're going to be going to the semi-finals out of our group. So, I mean, that's a bit of a goal in itself, you know. Samoa getting out of a group stage of the Nations Cup. I mean, that's a big achievement, I'd say, for us so far in this series. Is getting out of a group. We finished third in the last time around, but third place, or group stage advancement is a step up. But Vanuatu's had the most of the possession right now. Here's Malu. Here's Kale. Come on, Timmy. There's a long shot, and that's not good enough. I actually noticed when I put on retained possessions as well that we actually did quite a good job last game with this formation. We'll go concentrate. Because I think with a draw, Vanuatu, they'll take top drop in the group. But here's Jay Ingham. Hamilton Palmer. There's a good cross. Here's Kale. Nice speed off to Pio. Here's Young. Dips one in. Malu's offside. I thought that was going to be a penalty. But they got a corner. This is dangerous, but Kale clears it out. There was a cross. And they scored. Fred. Crap. So Dominique Fred gets the goal. And we're down 1-0. And that's kind of a fresh killing goal. What the heck? Wow. It's all black. Can't even see it. That's the first time I've experienced this on Football Manager. I've never seen that before, so we can't even see the goal. But, yeah, they're coming again. Let's try not to concede a second one here, guys. There's a cross. Here's Fred. Big stop by Noel. Come on, guys. This is late in the half. If you get an equalizer here, here's Kale. That's a good ball. Here's John A. Hall. There's the cross. And, well, it's a corner. So that's lucky. Come on. No. See, now why didn't Hall come up to get that? Yeah, and this is where it kills, on a lot of our set pieces. A lot of the counters that teams play. But looks like first half we're going to be down. So we're going to challenge them a bit. I don't know if I should go straight to my 4-4-1-1 or else wait a bit. Try and stay with this and then go to that. I'll play a bit higher up. And yeah, we'll go with that. Maybe give it like 10 minutes and then we'll switch it up. Because we were down against Fiji and we did a good job. Okay, so we haven't seen much difference, so we'll change it up. Play with our bit of our other kind of attacking type. We'll go whip crosses as well. Retain possession. Oh, that could have been dangerous. Pass back. Here's Jay Ingham. Come on, Ingham. Challenge him on the flank. You're faster than all these guys. There's a good cross. Here's Malu, and there's a goal. Come on! And what a play that is. A long ball header from about the 6-yard box. Now, are we going to see this off? What is going on with this? Like, why can't we see this? Replays. Like, why can't we see it? You know? Like, that's a good ball, good play, and we can't see it. Let's see what directed rail. No. Like, what the hell? Something like really must be up with something, because that's just a good ball, and then he did a good job looping it over him. That's frustrating. And now it looks like our game here is kind of muffed. Can't even watch it on 2D now. I've never seen this before. But we got a 1-1 game here. Come on, guys. No! That's lucky. Like, what happens if we, let's see what this is. 2D Classic. What happens if we put it on close? Like, what? This makes absolutely no sense, guys. Look at this. It's just completely dark. Oh, man. And now we can't even... There we go. There's a good save. So Vanuatu's kind of turned it on since we've scored. So we'll stay on feet. Well, we got one shot, one goal, so that hasn't really been that great. So Malu's got the goal. Not really see. Jayingham hasn't really done too well. So we'll bring on, actually no, Sean Mapusa. He's the better player. Jayingham. I know Jayingham's one of our star players, but he does need a rest if we're going to be facing. Malu also needs to come off. Bring on Diningham from Malu. So Malu got us a goal. Maybe we will go for it a bit. Because second place, a draw won't do us any good. We need to win the game. Oh, come on. Here's Ingham. He's got Kale on that far side. There's a good ball. Here's Kale! Oh, and a stop by the goalkeeper. Timmy's got to put that in. That could have put us up 2-1. But again, we have responded well since the change of the tactic. Here's Pio. Here's Kale. And Timmy loses it. It's a good ball. Malu's actually done well since coming into this one as well. Yeah. And of course, there's a penalty. Fuck's sake. I'm sorry for the apologies, but that, like, are you, oh my god. Penalty just decides the game. Come on, Noel, save it. Nah. Well done. Well done. Penalty just decided the game. That is total, oh my god. Like, and we can't watch it, of course. Like, that is just so bullshit, in my opinion. You know, like, what can you do? Like, it's an absolute joke how some of these games get decided. You know, it's totally against the run of play too, because we've been actually playing really well, and something like that comes in and happens. So we'll bring in Matt Alusi for PO. Try and get a win here. I'm just still rattled with that. Like, that is just, and that's probably going to cost us second place, and now we're going to have to face New Zealand. But we're not really getting any opportunity here either. So even if we score here, come on, cross it in. There's the cross. Here's Ingham. He's offside. But that is totally so frustrating. And there's the game. A penalty kick decides the game, and we finish second, and we got a trip with New Zealand for second place. Or for semi-final. How ironic is that, isn't it, guys? So, that is rattling, but the thing is, we're out of the group, so that's what I'm excited about. And, well, here's the World Cup draws now. And this is actually a decent World Cup draw, too. New Zealand. We're not in with New Zealand. New Caledonia and Solomon Islands. So this is actually pretty good, guys. Out of the two groups, those are the two I would want. You know, Fiji, New Zealand. You know, obviously, you know, like I said, in Oceania, you got New Zealand, Tahiti, New Caledonia. I would say are the two big three plot teams. And then you got Fiji and Solomon Islands, Papua New Guinea, kind of that second tier behind those three. So, you know, I'd say this is a very favorable draw. We can definitely finish in that top half of this. I feel we can. I really can. So this is promising. This is promising stuff. I want to see this, but we cannot seem to. I'm going to say it was a gift from the officials. I don't know how they came to that decision. Even though I can't see it because we're in a black screen. I'm only surprised. And yeah, losing it late. I feel we shouldn't have got a, you know, speechless at penalty decision. Yeah, I agree. And this guy says that. I just want to see what this penalty is. Hopefully this won't be a green or, you know, a black screen. Better not be a black screen. Because I haven't experienced any of that with, you know, my FM with this. Oh, and where's Can't even see it. So let's see what we can see here. Okay, here we go. So where's this penalty? Hopefully it's not lagging for you guys there, guys. But actually, yeah, all that started with Kyle with a pretty bad, just bad giveaway there. Timmy's got to be better in that position. Okay, where's this penalty? I don't want to see this. So here we go. Here's the penalty. No. Like, are you serious? Like, come on. So, that's it. We got New Zealand in the semi-final. And I'll stop the recording and we'll be back for the New Zealand game. So we are back, guys, for our semi-final of the Nations Cup against New Zealand. I'm thinking I might come into this game, because remember the last time we faced New Zealand, we actually lost 2-1, and we did have a lead on them. So it was a pretty decent result that we played against them. So and they got the game winner with 2 minutes remaining. So this, it is New Zealand. It is a tough game, but we'll go in and see what we can do. And just another thing I was keeping an eye on, our Samoa under-20s actually lost to Vanuatu in the finals. So Vanuatu wins the under-20 Oceania Championships. They're going to be going to the U20 World Cup next year. So good on them. That's massive. Obviously, it's obviously New Zealand that's win these things. New Zealand came in third, and our boys, good game. We had some opportunities, but this is pleasing because it makes our younger players getting more opportunity, and we're getting. It's just kind of good to see that you're kind of making a difference, that these players are actually starting to do stuff right. So that's what we're excited about. So we're going to go into this with a 5, I guess you could say it's a 5-4-1 or a 5-1-3-1. Because this tactic actually was quite impressive the last time we played. But the last time we played it was against New Zealand, actually, of all teams. So this will be the difference maker. We're going to start Daning him, though, up top. I want to see what can he play. I want to see what. Okay, attribute changes. What's he with defensive forward on support? Okay, yeah, defensive forward on support. He's okay. He's not the greatest. Let's see what deep line forward is. No, that's not good. He's actually more of a poacher. I actually prefer to start Daniel Malu up top. Look at that 16 strength for a young player. Yeah, I'm going to put Daniel Malu up top. We'll put him on a support role. Actually, no, we'll play him as a. He's got to be on attack. But yeah, this is going to be a tight game. Really tough game. But, we never know. We did well against New Zealand last game. So, obviously, Dane Ingham's going to have to be our main guy, Dane Ingham. Freddie Pio, look at this. He's at 70. Right. Faitia, Hamilton, Palmer. You know what? I think I might put in Tony Sally. Laurent Hamilton, Panama, we'll put him in. And we'll start Leon Talili in this one as well. Because that's the thing, putting these fullbacks on defend, that's the one thing I don't really want to do. Goes down much less. We'll go down. Yeah, we'll close it down more. I want him sitting narrower, but center. But we'll go into this game, I think, like this, guys. If we can crawl out, even a penalty shootout win would be would be good. But I'm gonna start like this. We're a $1.33 underdog, of course. New Zealand with their 3-5-1. That's why I feel like 5 at the back kind of counters this, because it gives, obviously, I mean, New Zealand's a very good, New Zealand's a good squad. In Oceania, they're obviously the best. And even in world football, I mean, New Zealand. One thing I'll say about New Zealand right now, they're going through a massive, football, intake kind of thing. They're going through a massive change. And yeah, the one thing that New Zealand really needs to do is they got to get out of Oceania. I mean, that's the main thing. When we got out of Oceania, we actually did a fantastic job now in Asia. And, the players are getting recognized. Our national team's getting recognized. And players are going overseas and playing well. That's what New Zealand needs to do. But, they are going through a bit of a transition as well. But, I still think New Zealand, they're not obviously New Zealand's a shadow of what they were in 2010 when they went undefeated, but I believe, this is just me, I believe they're not far off. I mean, they're not far off, of course, meaning like they're not going to win a World Cup. That's not going to happen in a very, very long time, but they're not far off from like being a consistent contender of qualifying. Given that Oceania's 1.5 spots, or half a spot, I personally think Oceania should be given an automatic spot because it gives all these teams in Oceania an opportunity. But I just feel New Zealand's, they're not far away. Maybe the manager needs a different change, but yeah, I just feel that they're not far off. All I'm saying. But here we go against New Zealand. Okay, we're gonna have to change this to 2D. Okay, we can't see that. But anyhow, here we are against New Zealand, semi-final of the OFC Nations Cup. Get it out, boys. There's a chance. Good save. We don't want to concede early. That's the main thing. Do not concede early. And if we can sneak in a goal or something, there's a chance. And one thing's for sure, aside from KL, New Zealand's going to beat us in the air every single time. So, they definitely are top draw in the physicality department. But here's Barbarousis. Here's Chris Wood. Strop was blocked. Barbarousis. That's a good play there. Two of our guys really came down on them. Here's Lewis Fenton. Chris Wood. Rufo, that's a good block. This guy's actually a quality CB too, actually. Plays in Greece. There's a cross, and Wood put it over top. So we are playing narrower. Won't play out of defense now. First 10 minutes, pretty good. Here's Wood. Lewis Fenton. There's the cross in. Big stop by Noel. And Noel's going to have a really solid game if we want to have any opportunity in this. But and another good stop there. See, that might have went off him and then the crossbar. So that's another good save by Noel. Winston Reid, obviously, he's their main guy. Going to go on to flexible now. But right now, I mean, New Zealand's getting chances, but Noel's made one really huge save. Other than that, it hasn't really been too much, I would say. Now our passing hasn't been good, so we'll put on whip crosses as well. But first 20 minutes, this has been pretty decent performance, if I do say so right now. Here's Tim Payne, kind of forcing him to the outside. Here's Rufer, Wood, and that's a good block. So Timmy comes back, and that's the good thing with Timmy. You know, he can play in the box-to-box midfield, and there he goes, wins that header too. Here's Lewis Fenton, plays it back. Here's Winston Reid. And they're just looking for crosses. Here's Win. Shot off the bar. Cleared out by Pio. It's a good play there by Talil. We are play fairly now and out. This is actually pretty decent. 30-40 minutes now. They got another corner. Get it out, boys. Kale wins it. He's going to win all those. Here's James. And waste it. I mean, this I'm saying I'm pretty impressed with our defensive work in this game right now because, you know, obviously shambles at top, which is expected. But 0-0 at halftime. This is some good stuff. I'll say I'm happy with the performance. Keep it up, boys. Now, if we can just catch a break on a counter or something, that's where we really need to get that opportunity from. That's where we need to get it. So we'll put Jay Ingham on much more. Because right now, Jay he's the guy that we really do need to have the ball in this particular type of playing. So we could go exploit the right flank and clear balls, but you know, we'll go each side. Now Timmy's on a card. Oh, there's another one off the bar. So good stuff. Daniel Malu's he's getting a bit tired. And he's getting nothing, absolutely nothing up top, which is kind of expected. But here's Lewis Fenton. Here's Wood. And Ryan Thomas. Yeah, Ryan Thomas. This player is... I'm actually... You know, Ryan Thomas is actually a really good player. Because he's playing at Ajax. But in real life, he's actually a really good player too. And we're going to have to keep an eye on him. Chris Wood, he brings different type. Chris Wood's more like the physicality, win your headers type. But Ryan Thomas, he's like the technical, you know, dribbling, you know, skillful type player. And that's where he's gonna. This is gonna be. That's actually a good sub for him. Because Timmy's on a card too. This is not good. We're doing really well right now, and I don't really want to change something, but Cameron Sarley, John A. Hall, he's on a card, so we're going to take him off. Now we'll go to pump balls in the box. Just kind of hoof it up for him. Here's Tim Payne. Here's Thomas. Good block. There's a cross out. Get it out, boys. Here's James over top of the net. Here's Barbarouses, wasted. Here's James, shot was blocked. Again, really good shot blocks. Come on, here's Malu. No. Sit on concentrate. Tom Biss is coming on now for him. We have yet to have a shot on target or any opportunities. And we're at 0-0, 65th minute. So this is where it's getting more interesting. Tom Biss, Hawke's he's a deep line playmaker, so this guy's going to be, he looks like he's going to be their, the player that's going to dictate the way they play. I don't know if I should go on close down more. We'll just leave it on that. Now we'll bring on Diningham. And we'll play him as an defensive forward. He's best as an advanced playmaker. Advanced forward. So we got a highlight. Hopefully it's one where we don't lose it and they come down. Here's Pio. Here's Cahill. Long shot. Stopped by Marinkovic. And that's our first shot. And that's a good play. I mean, we got a corner out of it. Come on, Timmy. This is where Tim comes up. Here's Sali. Cahill was in there, but so there we got a good chance there on a free or on a corner. Freddie Pio, look at him, 39% condition. Here's Rufa, out wide, here's Fenton. Here's the cross in Thomas. That's the good thing about New Zealand playing still that cross play, and Thomas, in real life, Thomas is never going to win any of those. He's a really short player, but and the thing is, and this is what I'm really I really played a bad play here. Tom Pio, or Freddie Pio, pardon me. This guy is actually a playmaker, and I had him on anchorman the whole game. So that's not really, that wasn't good. We're gonna play him on defense though now, but I really should be subbing him off now because he's knackered. So we'll bring on Tony Sali. I think 19-year-old or else Andy Young, put on some bits more, some veteran. Or bring on Sali. So I've used all my 3 subs, so I'm taking a bit of a gamble here because, ultimately I'm trying to get to penalties. That's what I'm really trying to do, or else a late goal or something. But I'm doing a gamble by doing all our 3 subs. But come on, Ingham's got to trap that and go in by himself. Here's Fenton. There's another cross in, a big stop, clear it out, and another huge save from Noel. He's playing a fantastic game, and he's got an 8.4 rating to show for it. Here's Fenton, Tim Payne, Biss, Boyd. Here's Wynn, Tom Biss, Rufa. And see, it's just keeping him out wide. There's the cross in, Thomas, good clearance, and Timmy, look at that, he's inside his own box, gets it to Ingham. And that should have been a foul. Even though I can't see it, should have been a foul. But this is some good stuff right now. Coming up to the final 10 minutes of this game. Come on, here's Ingham. There's a good ball. Come on, Ingham. Ingham to Ingham, his brother. Shot was blocked. Here's Kyle. Come on, Samoa. See where there was a free and there's no call. So Timmy's got to do better in that position. But look at this. The last 4 shots we've had. And it looks like, guys, Ryan Thomas has got a groin strain. So this is getting decent. We're in the final. We're in our injury time of the 90 minutes. Here's Smith. Rufer. No, Thomas is open. Big stop by Noel. Thomas got it again. Cleared out. Oh. And Thomas won a header out of all of them and got it out. But we're in the 3 minutes of stoppage time now. And we are still 0-0. Here comes Thomas with a groin strain. And I'm not sure what happened there, but here's Ingham. Come on, Ingham. Come on, mate. Do it yourself. Here's Ingham. Got tracked back. Here's Pupe. Sali. Out wide. Here's Ingham. Can he find his brother Ingham? Cross it, mate. Cross it, Ingham. Here's Lapalapa. Sali. Here's Cahill. Cahill! Over top. Oh, that would have been massive if we could score there. But we are going into extras now, guys. Keep going, guys. You know, our fitness is obviously one of the things I'm worried about now. But they're still sticking to their guns. I mean, this is what Anthony Hudson does. He's a 3-5-2 play guy. But we are in the final now. Playing extra time against the top team in Oceania. And look at Timmy, 47% of conditioning. So he is absolutely flat out knackered playing box to box about sides. Here's Bliss. Clarence, just keep him out. Fenton plays it in. Here's Thomas. Good play, and it's a corner. So we're giving corners, but we're in them all. And that was Winston Reed that time. Here's Winston Reed. Just shoot it and waste it. Here's Biss. Good play from Kale. Here's Sali. Oh, he should have sent out Dane Ingham. So now we're going to go pass in space. But yeah, this is what's going to kill us, these counters off set pieces. And I'm surprised. He's got a groin strain, does Thomas. But yet he's still running. But here comes Ingham. See, Jay Ingham's got to get open more on that. He's got to come down here. He's got to get further up. Here's Biss. Thomas, good through ball. And they shot it just wide. So that was probably the real first play where they kind of penetrated our, the back line a bit. Got in behind. We'll go shoot more often for Jay Ingham. Talili's got a card. Crosses. We'll go low crosses now since, Jay Ingham's, he's not the tallest guy. And he's going up against Winston Reed, so we won't do floats. Kyle wins that one again. Just waste it. Here's Thomas. There's the waste. And we're in the extra time of extra time. So we go to the second half of extra time, guys. And this, what a performance this is. I'm really, honestly, I'm surprised. I really thought that, this tactic would have gave two options. One, it would have conceded goal after goal. And that's over top. Or else I thought it would do that. I would see we'd either concede goals or else we would play a good defensive game and counteract this 3-5-2. And right now it's doing exactly that. So I'm really happy the way this team is playing. And that's another good save by Noel. They're coming up to 40 shots. And you look at our fitness. Like even if we go and win this game, it's going to be tough to, come on, just go to penalties. So we are going to be going to penalties, guys. against New Zealand. So, who do we start first now? I want to set it by composure. So we'll start with Chris Marleau, then Cahill, then Dane Ingham, then Jay Ingham, then Cameron Sarley, John Poupe. Come on. So Marleau's up first. Marinkovic has stopped it. So the first save is a goal for them. Winston Reid. And he scores. Now, so you would say on paper, New Zealand should easily beat us. Timmy coming up. He scores. Come on. So now it's Zematopoulos. And he scores. Fuck. Dane Ingham. He scores. Come on. Come on. Come on, Norm. Make a save here. Who's stepping up? Ryan Fenton. Lewis Fenton. Fuck, he guessed right, but he stopped. Scored. Jay Ingham. Scores. Just got in there. Come on, keeper. Come on, Norm. Make a save here. His win. Yes! He stopped it! Come on! Declan Wynn with a stop. Come on. Here's Cameron Sarley. Oh! He stopped. Come on. And now here comes Smith. And he puts it in and New Zealand win it. Oh, that is heartbreaking. Oh. Oh, man. Penalties are a lottery, so we can be proud with the way we played, but oh, that is heartbreaking. That is killer. So first, we take New Zealand to penalties. Then, our goalkeeper saves a massive one where Cameron Sarley could have scored, put the pressure on New Zealand, and then boom. Sarley stopped, New Zealand scores, they go through. But we're going to agree there was no shame in this. But oh, that is killer. We were so close to beating New Zealand. But the positives out of this, guys. Sorry, I just got some stuff in my mouth here. The thing with this is this tactic of 5-1 or 5-4-1, whatever you can call it, works against the New Zealand 5-3 or 3-5-2. It does. And sure, they got good shots. I mean, that's pitiful. 10 shots on 39 opportunities. Obviously, Noel made up some huge saves. Obviously, he's 8-4 rating. But oh, that is killer. Oh man, losing penalties. Like you think the game would give me the win after doing that. Oh, but it's going to be New Zealand, Vanuatu in the OFC Nations Cup final. We are done. I just want to see who's going to win this. How long is this going on for? Yeah, this is a long episode. God. So I didn't want to be this long, but hey, we got to a semi-final of a Nations Cup with Samoa, and I could say I've learned a lot with the Samoan team in this tournament because the 3-5 or the 5-3 or the 5-4-1 or the 5-1-3-1 works extremely well against New Zealand. It does, and in order for me to go to a World Cup, well, who do I have to go through? I have to go through New Zealand. It's simple as that. And then, once I get through New Zealand, then we can concentrate on that playoff. But I just want to see who's going to win this. Wins the final. It's today. So it's New Zealand, Vanuatu. Winner goes to the Confederation Cup. And we'll see who they go, who wins it, and then we'll stop this episode. But so it is done. Let's see who won. What the heck? First it said, okay, so it's on today then. Alright. New Zealand, Vanuatu, finals today. Here we go. Oh yeah, you can see it. So New Zealand wins 3-0 against Vanuatu and they win the OFC Nations Cup. Ah, so we were so close to beating them. Oh man, that's frustrating, but I learned a lot from my squad in this, and I was really happy with it. Because we can play with this 5-3-1 or 3-5-2 that they have, definitely. But anyhow, guys, so this ends this very long episode, and I would say we made up tremendous amount of how can I say this? We made up. I'll say I learned a lot of the Samoan side. I really did. We did a really good job in the first stage. Second stage, we were in a group that I felt we could get out of, and we did. And we got out of the group. And, yeah. We get out of the group stage. And then we lose a heartbreaker in the semi-final against New Zealand. Which, yeah, that's tough to take. But in the end, I still feel we're making strides here. We are making strides. Definitely making strides. Who's this team from? Actually, I just want to see. Okay. But yeah. Fortunately, we lose, and New Zealand wins the Nations Cup again. But we are in a favourable draw for the World Cup, and obviously this is the big one, because I feel if we don't finish in the World Cup, we're probably going to be done for if I want to try and make any history with Samoa here, because Timmy's probably going to retire after all this. Because one thing I'm noticing with Timmy now is, when you right click and it's offering staff and all this, that means they're pretty close to decision time and retiring. So it is tough, and he is playing now in the Whitecaps 2 squad. So that is actually really surprising, very surprised with that. And I just hope that he's playing games and getting chances. He's getting goals, which is really good. But he needs to be playing with the Vancouver squad in the MLS. So that's kind of disappointing for him. But yeah. So anyway, guys, that's it for this episode. I'll try and schedule some friendlies, but the first game we will have. Looks like the Nations Cup doesn't start for another couple of years. Well, another year almost. So yeah, the next episode we'll play is against. Actually, no, we'll play these two games against New Caledonia, Solomon Islands. I'll play this one game first, and then we'll play both of these ones for the next episode. So we'll get that underway, guys. So I'll have to schedule some friendlies. Maybe I'll do that now. We got one in June, October. I'm kind of curious to see what our ranking's going to go up as well. Has to go up, surely. Could do a friendly against Barbados. See, Barbados is actually quite, they got some player from Europe in there. Turkmenistan. We'll face Turkmenistan in a friendly on October 13th. And then we'll have 2 friendlies in November. One away. One away to Afghanistan. And one at home against Vietnam. Could be a pretty good one. Uganda, India. Remember, these are all outside Oceania too, though, right, guys? So, we all know how we are against Chinese Taipei. So we'll play those friendlies, and they're all accepted, so that's good. But yeah, we'll come back for that second World Cup qualifying game, and we'll show New Zealand or New Caledonia, Solomon Islands. So again, guys, hope you guys are enjoying this. This was a very productive episode compared to some of them where it's just loss and not learning things. But I really learned a lot in this episode, and it's it's getting good. So hope you guys are enjoying this, and we'll see you guys next time. Cheers.